Hey there guys, welcome to another episode of RoboFett. So, we're going to go ahead and do another podcast this week. The podcasts are going strong, we're pretty proud of them so far. This week we wanted to go ahead and talk about the fact that Nintendo has pushed back the date of Star Fox on the Wii
game.
U. It's just yet another disappointment from Nintendo. Whoever saw that coming, right? What are your thoughts on this?
Again, very disappointing. It's another Nintendo game I could not wait for, and it's gone. We had it, and it's gone. Nintendo's like, sorry, not sorry. Not again, Nintendo.
Yeah, it's pushed back. For those of you who don't know, it's pushed back apparently till early 2016, whatever the freak that means. Which probably means we're just gonna wait for the NX to come out until we pump this one out as well, just like Zelda. You know, Star Fox is the second game that I've had on a top 10 list of mine that I was anticipating this year that they pushed back.
I would agree to that too. It's been so long since we had a new Star Fox game, and the last one was kind of lame. You go to some dinosaur planet as Fox, and instead of using his well-known Fox laser pistol, you use a staff instead. A staff that you find sticking out of the ground. I don't want to be dinosaurs with a staff. I want to use my pistol, my laser pistol.
Yeah, I mean, I think the overwhelming point here is we haven't had a good Star Fox game here in a little bit, and we've been waiting for one. And you know what? This one looks halfway decent. And you know what else is funny? Was this game not the highlight of E3 of their whole E3, which is pretty sad because their E3 was atrocious. I have a video on that. If you missed that, if you were under a rock and you did not hear about how horrible that was, you can hear about it from me. But anyway, it was pretty much the highlight of their whole thing. And once again, they've pushed it back, and it just goes to show the terrible choices that are being made over there at Nintendo, the horrible decisions that are being made by all these old men who have lost touch. They've lost touch with what gaming is now. They've got all these stupid YouTube partner policies. They're taking videos down left and right, which is free advertisement for them. They're just shooting themselves in the foot. They're saying no to all these third-party developers because they think that their first-party IPs are going to be enough. And now they're pushing out a console that is going to be so premature and so left behind by the 8th gen consoles. It's not even going to be funny. I'm sorry, 9th gen consoles. The 9th gen consoles. It's not even going to be funny.
I don't know what happened to Nintendo. It's like they lost their passion for gaming, or at least towards our gamers. It's like, in a sense, I want my MTV back, but in this case, I want my Nintendo back. And it's like, as a gamer, it's very aggravating, especially as a 90s kid that grew up with Nintendo and brought your passion to you as well to be a gamer, while you played all their awesome, Nintendo 64 games on up. I don't know what's wrong with Nintendo, but they just keep disappointing their fans.
Well, it's all about the money with them, and it's all about gimmicks. If you think about it, they've been behind. I mean, I love the Nintendo 64, but they've been behind ever since the Nintendo 64. They stay with cartridges when other developers were going with CD discs. And then with the GameCube, they had those stupid little, like, they were like, okay, well, if we're going to have to do discs, we're going to do it in our own weird way. And they have all those little tiny discs, and they didn't really do as well. The Wii was just a fluke because every house mom wanted Wii Fit. Every soccer mom wanted to freaking play, So, and Wii Golf and all those games. That was a gimmick, okay? It was a fluke. It saved their butts for sure. And it didn't happen again with the Wii U. They are always doing something weird. You know they're going to do something weird. We all know that they have a patent out for a console without a disc drive, which means that they're going to try to go straight to digital distribution before everybody else, if that's true, if that's actually what they're going with. And it's just, they need to stop the gimmicks. They need to put down the weird controllers. I don't want to freaking go to to the Nintendo Dojo closet to find out, what am I going to play with today? Am I going to have the nunchucks?
Yeah.
Am I going to have the Nintendo sword? Am I going to have the freaking Nintendo Mind
You need your own,
device? Like, what? I mean, there's so many different controllers that you need. I mean, that's just an investment in itself.
You need like your own utility belt for all those Wii accessories.
It's ridiculous. You do. And you know what? I'm sure they'll sell that. The NX freaking utility belt.
I want to be
You know?
surprised with the way Nintendo is doing things.
They need to stop with the gimmicks. They need to stop with the games. I mean, not obviously the video games, but I'm just talking about the mind games, all the different things that they're coming out with. Just have a solid console that can play third-party games and your regular IPs. And Nintendo, you're going to be fine. But you're not doing that. You're rushing something out. What they need to do is they need to bite the bullet with the Wii U. They need to say, hey, we messed up with the Wii U. Just like Xbox is doing. Hey, we messed up on some things, but you know what? We're going to take our time and we're going to correct our mistakes. They're not going to do that. And before you know it, Nintendo's going to be irrelevant. And I'm just going to hate to see that, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I believe there's still hope for Nintendo. And you can look at Splatoon, Amiibo, and Mario Maker, for instance, for games. And if they can stick on what they're doing right with those games and branch out from those, then maybe there is hope. But again, Nintendo does this stupid YouTube policy and say, hey, while you're reviewing our games for free, we're going to make money, take your money, away from you. And while we're at it, we're going to keep delaying games that you keep waiting for. They keep disappointing us.
The point also is that they didn't have to give up on the Wii U.
No.
They didn't have to do it. It still has a lifespan. It still has, I know it's not as powerful, not nearly as powerful as the Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but it has a possibility of a future, and they just abandoned it. And they're abandoning their consumers when they do that, because I spent my hard-earned money on my Wii U that I bought in hopes to play the new Zelda game on it, which I'm not going to be able to do.
Not good.
And they're making the same mistake that Sega made with the Saturn and the Dreamcast.
Yep.
They are just rushing past a console just to get out the next console to compete with everybody, and it's not gonna work. They're just gonna ruin
They're
it.
probably going to be the next Sega and no longer be doing consoles anymore and just stick with games, and that's it.
They are. You know what I know this is a pipe dream, but what I would honestly love to see happen is if they partnered up with PlayStation somehow down the line, because they became like financially insolvent or whatever, and they made the most kick-ass console that you've ever seen. That would be awesome. I would love to see that.
That would be awesome. That would be epic. But again, Nintendo is being like the stingy old men, the Scrooges of gaming. It's like, I don't know if they are willing to do it, willing to reach out to the fans. They act like it's all about them, it's all about profit and not gaming. That's not how you do business, especially as a gaming company. They need to focus on their fans, their games, and not try to sell stuff that we don't want. They keep shooting themselves in the foot, and it's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that are giving them advice, giving them what they should do. They don't listen to any of it. They just do what they want to do. They're Nintendo. They're still stuck in the 90s. They think that they're still king. And screw everybody else. Well, you know what? Screw you too, Nintendo. I'm honestly, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to buy the NX. I don't think I'm going to do it because I don't have faith in this. I think they're just making another Wii U. Anyway, in closing thoughts, what do you think about this, Travis?
If I were to tell Nintendo in one simple comment, it would be like this. Nintendo, focus on your fans. Focus on what you're good at. Go back to your roots and don't rush your work. Take time in your craft and stop delaying games. Give us what we want and listen to us. We are your help, Nintendo. Stay epic, gamers.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we want to thank you for watching yet another podcast. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. Like we always say, you don't have to, but when it does, it really, really does help us out. And we do want to hear from you guys. I want to hear, what do you think about Nintendo? What do you think about them, delaying Star Fox and delaying the inevitable? Let me know in the comments below. Check out my friend, the Comedic Gamers channel. I'll leave him in an annotation as well as a link in the description. And I'm also going to be I'm still trying to work on my schedule here, so I'm going to be doing, I'm going to try to do a podcast with Travis. I'm going to release that every Tuesday. I'm going to try to do Not this week, but next week I'm going to try to be doing a movie review every Monday, and then regular Boba Fett episode every Thursday, and then, a little bit here, a little bit there in between. As always, guys, keep your Punisher hats on, and we'll see you later.
Peace.